Yo, what's good, family? How y'all doing? This is Mario Matthews, owner and operator of Menace Till Dawn Productions, and author of the new book, Dream No More, Rise of a Lion. Dream No More, Rise of a Lion is a sci-fi fantasy epic coming-of-age tale featuring a young black boy named Lyon who is torn from his family due to a civil war. He's taken in and nursed back to health by a host family who come to find out that not only has he been displaced from the opposite side of his continent, but his family is also captured by a sorceress. So now they're on a quest to retrace their steps back to where Lyon was found in order to unravel the mystery surrounding his unique circumstances and to hone the skills necessary for the journey ahead. You can buy this book at Amazon and Lulu.com right now. You can buy it on Amazon. You have the paperback and the ebook. Lulu, you got this hardback version. Thank y'all for the love and support. If you enjoy sci-fi, anime, video games, martial arts, and family-friendly content in the form of sci-fi, this is your book, man. Come on, let's get it. Thank you. I really appreciate all the love and support. For all the family, go ahead and please like, please share, subscribe to the video. We're about to get into this because this is actually pretty breaking news, and I got a lot of other stories that I want to, bring onto the channel. So we got to get this, got to keep the ball rolling. So let's talk about this. So earlier today on Twitter, and actually right now, we got a little trending topic, and apparently, it's one of those things where you look on Twitter, you just doing your work or whatever, you look on Twitter, and it's like the N word is trending. What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? Instantly, I went instantly like, man, you know what I'm saying? So okay, so apparently the N word is trending because one of these conservative Parkland survivors, um, they got caught using the N word when they was in high school a few years ago. You see what I'm saying? Now, if y'all don't know, if y'all don't know the situation surrounding Parkland, it's actually the Parkland shooting happened, and I think now a few years ago, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the Parkland shooting happened, one of the worst shootings in U.S. history. And a lot of the survivors were making headlines a while ago because they were getting into the fray of politics as far as pushing for gun safety laws and stuff like that, right? Well, there's other Parkland survivors who just so happen to be on a more conservative side of the game. And for those who don't know, y'all know how we do it on this channel. You see what I'm saying? Like when it comes to liberal, conservative, there's little difference. There is a difference, but it's a little difference. Okay, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real with this one. All right. In this particular context, man, we know a lot. We know a lot of people who ain't supposed to be saying the N word is saying it. All right. Don't act like you holier than thou. All right, liberals, don't act like y'all holier than thou. We know that y'all be listening to all those rap songs saying the same thing. So don't even see hypocrisy. All right, hypocrisy. Now we gonna stay on topic today in concerns to this story. This is coming out of Zero Hedge. The writer is named Tyler Durden. I'll put the link in the description. And let's get into it. So, Harvard University has rescinded their admissions of conservative Parkland shooting survivor Kyle Kusoff. I think that's how his name, Kyle Kusoff. Weeks after he apologized for racial slurs made several years ago in high school in a Google Doc and text message. All right. One screenshot claims to show Kusoff writing the N word more than a dozen times in a shared study guide on Google Docs. Quote, like I'm really good at typing N word, and he used the ER, so you know what's up. Y'all know what's up. But look, liberals, do not get in your don't even try to feel like y'all holier than thou, because when you say NA, it's the same thing. I don't care who says what. All right, if you white, you ain't supposed to be using it. Plain and simple. Or better yet, if you non-black, I don't care if you white, Hispanic, Asian, I don't care. I don't care. If you are non-black, you should not be using it. Period. End of story. End of story. It's mad disrespectful that y'all in y'all comfort zone using a racial slur that was used historically to torment and torture people. That's white supremacists talking. And y'all letting these rap songs and movies big up y'all all in the head and stuff, acting like, oh, it's okay now. This is how it's supposed to go. This is how it's supposed to go. Please. You go ahead and call a grown man to their face, a grown black man to his face, the N-word. Alright? And I ain't talking about one of your black friends. Okay? Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Tyrone's my friend. Tyrone's my black friend. The only black friend that you have in a sea of white friends. Okay, gotcha. And that's another thing. Black people, we're enabling this type of behavior, okay? Don't think we off the hook on this. We enabling this type of behavior. Going back to the story. In another part of the Google Docs, actually, let me finish that quote right quick. Quote, like I'm really typing in, the N-word with the hard R, you know what I'm saying? Like practice makes perfect, son, Kusoff allegedly wrote in a portion of the document. In another part of the Google Doc, Kusoff allegedly wrote the same slur repeatedly in capital letters. Kusoff also allegedly referred to black student athletes as N-word jocks, ER, in one text message. And let's see. So at that point, we start getting some some Twitter banter going on. Dear Kai, and this is coming from ARI. It's one of these Twitter accounts. ARI MSDS Strong. Dear Kyle Kusoff, cursing more like being blatantly Cursing more like being blatantly racist is a middle schooler on Xbox Live. Doesn't make me respect you. It makes you look like a joke. No, it makes you look like a racist, white supremacist terrorist. That's what it makes you look like. And that's what everybody should be calling any non-black person using that word. Okay? Going to the compensatory co-system concept by Mr. Neely Fuller Jr. Okay? What does the N-word mean? It means victim of white supremacy. That's what the N-word means, okay? The N-word means victim of racism, white supremacy. If you are using the N-word as a non-black person, you are essentially pledging your allegiance to racism, white supremacy. And you are victimizing black people. Period. The story continues. Harvard's decision comes after Kusoff says he gave up huge scholarships to go to the university, and that the deadline for accepting other college offers has ended, hours before the racial screenshots came to light. Kusoff announced that he was parting ways with pro-Trump group Turning Point USA. The same group that Candace Owens and all these other black conservatives was a part of. That goes to show you, bruh. That goes to show you those black friends enabling these type of people. And you got your scholarships. You passed up on scholarships that you should have got, but you like, I won't go to Harvard, and then this come out and Harvard's like, nah, player. Some people believe in karma. Some people believes that energy just transfers from one form to the next, or one party to the next. All I got to say is continuing of note, Kusoff was ranked number 1 in his class and had an SAT score of 1,550 out of 1,600. Meanwhile, liberal Parkland survivor David Hogg was also accepted into Harvard despite a 1,270 SAT score and getting rejected from UCLA. In a Monday Twitter thread, Kusoff said that former peers and political opponents began contacting Harvard, urging the school to cancel his acceptance. He was given 72 hours to explain himself and was given the axe. Anyway, despite a letter with a full explanation, apology, and requested documents, as well as an email to Harvard's Office of Diversity and Inclusion seeking guidance. Now, with that being said, that goes to show, like, we don't know who was responsible for, outing old boy. And to be honest, I don't care. But for what it sounds like it's, it's some of those liberals, probably some white liberals on the other side of the aisle who was also involved in Parkland shooting. He was giving white people a bad name. That's, whatever. Not my quarrel. I'm not getting into quarrels between white people. I'll let y'all do y'all thing. But when y'all are using black people as props, using our suffering and agony as fodder to get back between, these parties, you see what I'm saying? Playing this whole tit for tat, using black people as cannon fodder for y'all quackery. It ain't funny. It's not a joke. It's not a game. We got black people out here being killed because of racism, white supremacy, and y'all playing this little tit for tat game between each other. Now, as you can imagine, Kyle goes and he starts splaining. You know what I'm saying? He's all mayonnaise splaining because, shout out to Tariq on that. He starts splaining in his Twitter. He did a whole thread. Let's read some of the tweets, shall we? 1. Harvard rescinds my acceptance. 3 months after being admitted to Harvard class of 2023, Harvard has decided to rescind my admissions over texts and comments made nearly 2 years ago, months prior to the shooting. I have some thoughts. Here's what happened. Here we go. 2. A few weeks ago, I was made aware of egregious and callous comments classmates and I made privately years ago. When I was 16 years old, months before the shooting, in an attempt to be as extreme and shocking as possible, I immediately apologized. Here's my apology. Splaining. Apology not accepted. See, y'all new generation cats. You see what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all slick. Y'all think y'all could get away with this stuff because we in the new era right now. Everything is post-racial. We don't have to worry about that anymore. That's not a thing anymore. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, once all the old people die off, racism is a thing of the past. We're a new generation. We're new kids. Well, in that case, the only thing I have to say is, all right, then, where do you stand on reparations for Black American descendant slaves? Foundational Black Americans that have a heritage and history in America stemming back to the time of slavery. Where do you stand on reparations for these people? My people. That's the only thing I want to know. Because if you look, I don't care who says what about this, this whole, the N-word, whatever. Okay? Don't try to run game on me. Don't try to run game on me. We have all this fake outrage going along with liberals and try to tit for tat conservatives. Look, I don't care about any of that. I know what the N-word means. The N-word means victim of racism, white supremacy. Okay? And all Black Americans that are the descendants of American slaves, we are victims of racism, white supremacy. So my question is, what are you going to do to solve that problem? Where do you stand on reparations for Black American descendant of slaves? In the form of a check? In the form of land? In the form of health care? All specific to us. Specific. That's all I want to know. You want to prove to me that you ain't racist? Let me know what's up with that. Where do you stand on that? What are you doing to push that agenda? What are you doing to give back what was stolen to foundational Black Americans? Other than that, we ain't got nothing to talk about, player. We ain't got nothing to talk about. What's good? Continuing with his splaining. After I issued this apology, speculative articles were written. My peers used the opportunity to attack me, and my life was once again reduced to a headline. It sent me into one of the darkest spirals of my life. Oh, boo hoo. Cry me area. And it's ironic, too, because Justin Timberlake is a culture vulture as well. But, hey, this applies to this situation, okay? Cry me a river, bruh. All right? All right, player? What's good? Don't care. You did it to yourself. That's all I'm saying, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. Like, this fake apologies, bruh. We know how y'all really feel. Let's get it. Let's continue with his splaining. After the story broke, former peers and political opponents began contacting Harvard, urging them to rescind me. Harvard then sent this letter stating that Harvard reserves the right to withdraw an offer of admission and request a written explanation within 72 hours. I mean, alright. Explaining. I responded with a letter of full explanation, apology, and requested documents. I also sent an email to the Office of Diversity and Inclusion to seek guidance on how to right this wrong and work with them once I was on campus. Harvard decided to rescind my admissions with the following letter. Somewhat ironic that the Office of Diversity and Inclusion sent me this response regarding my apology. Thank you for your email. We appreciate your thoughtful reflections and look forward to contacting you upon your matriculation of the fall of in the fall of 2020. Now, that goes to show you how disconnected the Office of Diversity and Inclusion is to the overall college. Okay? The Office of Diversity and Inclusion in Harvard University still responded to this guy like he wasn't already out of the door. But by that time, Harvard had already told him to kick rocks. And this is what's passing for quote unquote diversity and inclusion in these institutions. Is that how out of connect y'all are? Y'all don't have any sort of communication systems between each other. I know y'all passing around emails, but at the same time, that goes to show you that these colleges and these institutions can afford to ignore all of these diversity and inclusion apparatuses that should be a part of their organizations. Black people, specifically foundational Black Americans, American descendants of slavery, this is exactly why diversity, minority, intersectionality does not work for us. Because they put you in these corners at these institutions, throw you little crumbs, and then ignore you. Oh, but they'll willingly get a white woman or a gay dude or a Latino person to be the spokespeople. You know what I'm saying? They want them to be the spokespeople for diversity and inclusion. But this is what we get. This is the type of responses and stuff like this is the type of responses that these organizations or these arms in these or these little small arms in these organizations that are labeled diversity and inclusion sends a person, a white dude who's using the N-word. Oh, thank you for your email. We appreciate the thoughtful reflections. Are you serious right now? And we wonder why we still have this problem in this day and age. Y'all keep coddling these dudes and these females, these women out here, and I'm talking specifically about white women. Y'all coddle these people who are enabling this behavior. That's the problem. All right, y'all, this video's gone on long enough, and he's just doing a lot of splaining. So at this point, You know what I'm saying? Let's look on Twitter to see. Look on to see what people are saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Nah, it's cool. I'm pretty sure y'all could do that on your own. We're good. We're good. So, with that being said, man, I am Mario, owner and operator of Menace Till Dawn Productions, and author of the book Dream No More Rise of a Lion. You can get this in stores right now at Amazon and Lulu.com. Thank y'all for all the love, the support. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And also, you can join my Patreon where you get new exclusive content. And depending on your tier, you can also get, free content that I'll be sending out to people. Thank y'all for all the love. Thank y'all for all the support. Much appreciated. Y'all be cool, man. I'm holler at y'all later. Everlast.